Fantastic. The last thing I wanted to ask you, kind of joked last night when we were talking about Tom Aspinall, you checked in with Eddie Hearn, but just curious what your thoughts are about Eddie Hearn getting into managing and going after Tom Aspinall, and does that make relationships difficult? It's like a rival promoter plus a manager.
Is he a rival promoter?
He's another
I haven't
promoter.
seen a fucking rival anything from Eddie Hearn or any of these other guys. He's a manager now. Who gives a shit? We deal with lots of different people. I wouldn't call Eddie Hearn a rival anything.
Dana, going back to
He's a manager. There's a fucking million of them, and we deal with them all. And, have you ever heard, us having problems with dealing with a manager? What is Eddie Hearn going to bring to the management table that we haven't seen in the last 25 years? No? Nothing? Crickets? Nobody? Yeah.
Going back to the IBF situation, they pulled that move late in the day of fight week. Do you feel, based on your instinct, that they were really kind of pathetic enough to be disrespected by the belt location, or do you feel like they had that in mind to try and screw over your event late in the week?
100%. That's exactly what they did. Because that press release came out pretty late on a Friday night, when they were planning on having a title fight on Sunday. So, yeah.
You always knew that the sanctioning bodies were going to greet you, not exactly with open arms. Were you expecting these sort of plays from them, or are you a little bit surprised how out of the way they're going?
I was expecting a lot more from boxing, period, than what I've seen. Listen, this sport is broken for a reason. Everybody is a bunch of rinky-dink. I mean, it's the most fucking rinky-dink thing that I have ever seen in my life. I don't know why I expected more from any of these people, but boy, let me tell you what, shit's about to get good.
I saw an interview you did this week where you were talking about how Zuffa boxing won't just be good for the top guys like Fury and Usyk, but also maybe the middle class of fighters will start making more money than they have in boxing previously. Is that something you want to do, is sort of equal out the wages or salaries we see in boxing so the younger guys get more money than they traditionally have?
Well, if you look at what we did with the UFC and how this was built. The same exact, there's no secret to the game plan here. It's exactly what we're going to do. When's the last time there was a middle class in boxing, right? You have the haves and you have the have-nots. That's it.
And last one for me, look, the Conor Benn signing for Zuffa Boxing or the one-off ring show for $15 million has expectedly got a reaction from UFC fighters who see the $15 million figure. Now, I know that Mark Shapiro said that's Turkey's money, but what would you say to UFC fighters who see Conor Benn earning that sort of money and maybe being a little bit frustrated?
Well, listen, everybody, why is it a bad thing when guys make more money? You know what I mean? It's never a bad thing when guys make more money. It's always a good thing when there's more money in the sport. And since 2001, fighter pay has gone like this nonstop. Obviously, we just got a great television rights deal. I promise you that fighter pay is going to be just fine over the next 7 years.
I don't know if you saw, but this morning Jon Jones went on a bit of a Twitter tirade, and then he ended up deleting them. Have you seen his comments?
No.
Or he basically very heavily pushed back on you, saying that there were no negotiations. And then
I never said there were no negotiations. I never said that. I said, were they talking to Jon Jones? They talked to everybody. Everybody was talked to. Not one word of what I said was not true about the whole Jon Jones thing. And how many times have I sat up here and said, he's not fighting at the White House? No. And have you guys not all seen the video of the dude with the meta glasses on when he didn't know he was being filmed, telling them that his hips are fucking shot and he needs hip replacement? Did you not see the videos of him running on the flag football game? And what did I say that wasn't true? It was all true. And you guys all bust my balls about how much I love Jon Jones. And John's the greatest of all time. No way in hell Jon Jones is going to be booked for the White House card. It wasn't going to happen. But the matchmakers were out talking to everybody, seeing what was possible, and they brought me every possible fight that could be made.
Dana, just going off that to your right, and the White House card, there's a lot of reporting out of Spain today saying that it was going to be Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev, and that fight fell apart on Friday. Well, Justin Gaethje also said he was told Thursday he wasn't on the card, and then on Friday he was.
That is true.
So what happened with Islam, I guess? Because you know how fans are, a lot of them.
That's
now
not true,
thinking-
I said.
Sure. So
It was never Islam versus
Ilia.
Topuria, yeah.
So anyone who thinks Islam ducked this fight or anything like that,
Yeah.
it's all incorrect.
Don't worry about what fights were being made. We announced which ones are made and which ones will be happening. I told you there were some weird circumstances. The reason that fight fell out, and it wasn't up on stage with Mick Hunter and Sean. It was that power slap that the fight fell apart that night. And then all the boys went back to the office and literally were there till 9 in the morning. And that's how Gaethje ended up on the card.
When can we expect to see Islam Makhachev back?
And Topuria wasn't originally supposed to be on the card either. So he got the call too.
Gotcha. When can we expect to see Islam Makhachev back?
I don't know. He's got some hand issues. I know that. I don't know how serious the hand issues are or how long that will keep him out. But yeah, he's injured.